my way, I would get up, eat, paint, go to bed, same thing, and then on Sundays go to church, and there you have it. That's it. I don't need anything else. I am, I guess, the consummate maker, if I'm anything, and a server. I see it as a waste of time to be sitting at the table and only eating. That's why I have my partial studio downstairs, where if I have 10 minutes, I'll go downstairs and I'll do something. And I'll run back up and flip the burger, run back down and make a couple marks, and then come home, and come back up and feed Ellie and deal with what we're doing, and then do the dishes, and then run over to the computer and write some stuff. I can't go back downstairs because it's wet. When I was 10, I started actually taking lessons, I think I told you about this, with a nun at a university. My work in graduate school was figurative. In that vein, very, really intense, unnerving work, actually. My work used to be very personal, and this is personal in a certain way, but not like they used to be. I don't have a lot of people come to this, not that I don't want them to. A lot of people just don't come to my studio because I don't have a whole lot of rapport with other artists. And then I'm just either making stuff or busy doing all the other stuff in life that we've been talking about. Some you look at it and go, wow, did I do that? It's kind of exciting. It's like, man, that's not bad. I did that. In fact, I will show you one painting that is my masterpiece. It's a huge one. It's a 7 by 9 foot painting, and it really, it's the one. And I have no problem saying that, not because of ego or arrogance. It's just like, it is a good painting. Step on in. And then we'll set it on those nails. I think it should stay up there. It might not, no, I don't care what anybody says. That's a really good painting. That's a seriously good painting. Like, I didn't want this to carry on whatever it did over there, so this goes there. Instead of, again, painting it out and making it look like it's this expressive painting and this and that. They're really not supposed to just be about that. I painted the darks around most of it. Then, if you look at it, there's pieces of it, there are parts of it that I liked and didn't like, so I sectioned them off, and then I did pour sometimes over it. Over here, I completely didn't like what happened, so I portioned it out and then poured that to be the extension of it. So there's a ton going on. I mean, and work. You see the one under here? See the circle under there? They covered up another piece. And eventually I obviously did that, but if you look close, you know that covered something up because you see the remnant of the circle. And if you know, conceptually what I'm up to, then you go, oh yeah, there's something there. It was not negated in a way like, let's pretend it never existed. This is also what I thought it might look like. This one's a little bit different. This was larger and whatnot. And that is this is the screen I use for that. This is a silk screen. So this is what I used to print that off of with the paint. But then I didn't leave it. I painted back over it. If you look at it, I painted other areas over it and redid things with stencils and whatnot. Because it wasn't exactly what I wanted. So then I had to go back and do my thing of like partitioning off and making more on it. That's where people have a problem with it. They're like, this isn't real. This is like fake. You're like making these like paintings that look like they're expressive in their process, and then you're just faking it. You're making this stuff, you're mannering them. And it's like, no, you don't get it. Yes, you may think I'm doing that, and I am doing that, but so what? That's not my mindset. My mindset is that I want to preserve what's there and not just re-pour it over and over again and lose this as ever having existed. So it needs to have its viable place. And who says I can't make a splash in the negative? That's what printing does and printmaking does. it's like, again, who says that can't be legitimately expressive painting? So there's that kind of mindset along with my egalitarian stuff that goes on. I call them Jersey barriers to move you around the piece in a way like this. This initially went up and like that. I didn't like it. I wanted to kind of sweep down, so I put that there. And then you follow it in that way, even though the brush stroke really doesn't. And then this in a similar way, just to kind of block it off. And then this to echo. I didn't like what was happening up here. And then this needed to be a bigger, fatter mark, so I just partitioned it off and made the bigger, fatter mark. And so you get it now, I think if you understand what I'm doing a little bit more so. And I'll finish the painting, and then the painting is this piece, this plastic piece. I don't want to do that because I think everybody and everything has a place and just as much merit as anyone else. They may not have just as much distinction as others in terms of what they do and what we see them as, the president, this, that, a person who's working as a sanitary engineer, but they all have the same amount of merit as human. I may have to put a mark like this, or a shape, let's say like this, because I want this now to turn a different way, or I don't want that part of it to be there. So I might do this, and then I might paint it, just leave it white, and then if I'd have to use that as part of the piece, so as an artist I would say, well, I need to make something over here probably that's white, to make that work formally now. But it'll either become, again, as a formal thing, or become it because it needs to cover that up in an egalitarian way, instead of just painting with my yellow and going over here and leaving it like that, and it's just like that never happened. I try to look at it on its own terms. Like, number one is, does the artist have a skill set? And if one does or doesn't, is it even necessary to make the piece any better or not? Because sometimes it doesn't matter. If it is necessary and the piece is not exemplified in a way that looks better because of the fact that they lack that, then I say, okay, then that's kind of weak in that regard. Conceptually, what are they trying to tell me if I know? Or can I get it from the piece? Okay. Yes, it's happening. No, it isn't. I am a perfectionist, if you will. But what's wrong with trying to, what's wrong with that? Again, if you were to videotape me making a painting, you would either laugh or cry at how long it takes me to make one of these paintings. So I try to make everything I do vital. Like every mark, everything has to be like, why is that there? Always just painted and drawn and that's it. I don't know anything else. People have helped me throughout my whole life. And so in some ways, I mean, I would have probably tried to reciprocate as well, but then after becoming a Christian, it was just, again, second nature. Just because of the joy of the gospel, you just do it because you want to, not because you have to.
Don't give me no. Help me.